so many ideas going on in this project, but it's just the start.
Good design is all about creating that moment of bliss.
This is really also the hospitality and the tourism of tomorrow.
This is what we want to show.
We have created something which blends into the environment, and the house itself is basically seamless.
Imagine you were able to just teletransport.
You are on your own island in the center of Amsterdam.
I think you have to go there to believe it.
Hello and welcome to a presentation of the winner of the New and Old category in the World Architecture Festival Awards this year. This project is in Hangzhou in China, and congratulations to the architects Atelier Tao. Welcome.
Hello from Shanghai. I'm Chun Yancai of Atelier tao+c. It's a great honor to be involved in WAF and present our projects to the judges. The project is Capsule, Hostel, and the Bookstore in a very small village. So it's a very small building that about 235 square meters. We allocated 20 capsule rooms inside, interweaving with a library. That's the image when it's finished. The background is it's a farmhouse located in a mountain area nearby Hangzhou. We can tell from the map that is surrounded by a very beautiful forest and greenery, and there's a lot of bamboo behind. It's a ram earth wall farmhouse with a roof, pitch roof that made of wood. So the original house was abandoned already, and then we can tell from the facade that it goes through twice extension. There's marks on the wall, and then the site is about 8-meter depth and 30 meter in length, and the height is only 5.6 meter. It's a very regular two-story farmhouse in this area. So we have put so many different typology and program into this compact space. We have to take off all the original inside the wall, which is made in timber, and the floor is also made in timber, already rotten. And then when we take off the partition wall, the wall start getting a little bit inclined. So we dig down to the foundation to make a reinforce that bend up to hold the wall, and we insert a steel structure for the floors and the beams and the columns hold the wall straight. By the reinforcement that we have the chance to make the evacuating of the floor and lift the floor roof a bit. So we arrive at that 7.5 meter in the height. If we divide it into 3 floors, we can have one for girls capsule and one for boys capsule and one ground floor for library. We have 3 floors, but each floor will be 2.2 meter, very low and very boring. So we start thinking it's not our solution. We have to thinking why the floor has to be like regular architectural floor heights. Should we make the floor according to the heights that people need, the activity need? And so we have result in a staggering floors that we end with. Inside, we have 4 floors in this 2-story building, that 1 for public and 3 for private. And we have 20 capsules, 10 for male, 10 for female, and with endless bookshelf wrapping around the whole building. The results looks complicated, but the start point was very simple. We decided to set the capsule unit first. As a capsule is a chamber just for people to crawl in and sit up on the bed. So we decided to take the capsule room, the inside is exactly the size of the mattress, and the height is only 1.35 meter as the room height. And divide into 3 parts will be a good size for books, that bookshelf wrap around the rooms. And then we decide to take 1.35 as the floor height, and we stacking the rooms, and then we are staggering the floor slab overlap each other. Then it formed a single floor for the rooms and the double height space for people to, as a social space for people to walk through and chat and resting. And then it resulted in a very interesting unconventional height that when people standing on the floor, his eye height is higher than the next floor. So we also make that's the process of construction, that we make this floor slab split separated. So that the red is for the girls and the blue is for the guys. And that's the section. The section derived earlier than the plan. And result, we will see that there's 2 buildings inside the small building that floating over the library. So the library is also served as the reception and also the reading room for the village. So when we come in, and there's a reception bar and a long reading table on the ground floor and surrounded by the bookshelves. And there was 2 hidden staircases that went up to the accommodation area. We will see that the capsule rooms staggering it to each other formed the 2 different buildings floating above. And on the top floor, there's a bathroom, each for girls and for boys. And then we have a bit tour about this space. When we come into the lobby, and then we have the triple high space, totally open. And I also cut out the east side gable wall that because there's a beautiful view on the east side. So we take off the gable wall and extruded out a glass house made of timber, glass, and polycarbonate panels. And standing in the lobby, we look back to the capsule rooms area. So we will see that there's floors, the small building without facade floating above the library. And this image shows clearly that the guy standing on this floor, his head is above the next floor. So the floor is not blocked, the space is still fluid. And we will see that the bookshelves is precisely aligned with the floor height and the capsule rooms. The material is made of, the bookshelf timber is made by bamboo fiber timber. So it's a local wooden resource. And then we have brick, recycled brick, as the paving. It works well with the existing rammed earth wall and the glass and the beautiful greenery outside. So in the reading room, we look back up, there's a building floating over. And in the accommodation area, the girls section and the boys section, they can look to each other in the public area. and there's a capsule rooms. Each capsule room has a window open to outside for ventilation, and then they look to the other buildings and the libraries. Each window has different views for the capsules. Some look at to the bookshelf, some look at the staircase, some look out to the beautiful landscape outside. And a lot of windows connect with the bookshelf. The inside was reflected on the outside by the setting of the new windows. So the facade is kept intact, but the new glass windows tell people what happened inside. At night, the east side glass room light up this village like a lantern or like a lighthouse, so attract a lot of people and local villagers to come and reading inside. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much for a lovely presentation. I'm going to ask Abdul Qadir to ask a question or make a comment.
Thank you very much. This was really very nice of you to present us your building. It's a beautiful one. I really appreciate the way you build the dialogue between your architecture and the landscape around, and the way also you deal with the small size of the boxes of the capsules, and how you manage these two activities. And my question is about who is the client. I didn't understood this. Who is the client of the building? And if it has, I think it opened already. So how is the cohabitation between the two activities, the capsule hotel and the bookstore? How it works together? Does it really function or no? This is my concern, because I didn't get if there is a separation between them or no, etc. So just help me with this.
All right. The client is a company that he rented the whole village. So there's a lot of abandoned house in this village. So they rent it and they renovate some as the luxury hotel like villas, and some become the exhibition hall. So this house is functioned as the capsule hostel, and also the community area, like the public area for the whole village, and also the travelers, to invite travelers and the villagers to come together to use this space for free. So and the capsule, because it's floating above the library, and also the staircase, behind the staircase there's a door that you use the car to go up to the accommodation area. And also because the capsule is perfectly wrapped with the bookshelf, so people on the ground floor library, when they look up, they will only see the bookshelves and the books. No one will, people are not like very aware of these hotel rooms above. And also they have functions like when it's get to 9 o'clock, then there will be only the client who living in the capsule can access to the library, and the other people will have to leave.
Thank you very much. Nuno.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful project also. My question relates a little bit with the previous question. So this building has an unusual program because of the kind of the mix between, it's actually very multi-use. Actually one program lives inside of the other program. And does this come from the client, or is this this something that comes from the architect? So it's difficult to me to understand how the client can come up with such a creative idea without the help of the architect.
It's actually the idea how we combine two different programs, like one public and one private together, is developed during our discussion. So at the beginning, the client want a reception for this reception area for this whole village, and also some capsule room which can provide economy accommodation for students. But then we discussed more and more, and we wanted to invite another bookstore that they can supply the books, and so we talk more and more, and then the Capsule Hostel and the Bookstore is come, and then it's during the discussion.
Thank you. So I think, first came the idea of the community reception, then added to that is the idea of the accommodation for students, and then your overlay is to use books as a way of informing the whole project. I think that's right. Christina.
I think, first of all, I have to say I feel so privileged sitting in this room and having access to all these projects live around the world, because it's this kind of dialogue that we're now having all together is quite unprecedented. And to be taken to, I have no idea where in China, but to find such an amazingly rich project, both in terms of architecture and in terms of what it does for the community, I think is really mind-blowing, and I just wanted to congratulate you and Paul for organizing and bringing us all together. But I wanted to congratulate you on the richness of what this small building. I can't believe that 230 square meters only does so much for the place. And it really took me by surprise. And I have no idea where the bathrooms are, and I don't really understand how it all works in 230 square meters, but I'm sure it does. I just wanted to say congratulations. It's really exciting. And where is it, by the way, in China? Where is it in China? Are we close to any city, or is it in the middle of nowhere? Or
it's close to Hangzhou. Hangzhou is a big city in Zhejiang province. It's east-south side of China. So it's only.
And is it a very touristy place?
Yes, right now it's a very tourist place because of this Capsule Hostel that a lot of people will come and visit.
Thank you. Kim.
Yeah, I'm very thrilled about this project as well. I think it brings the best out of China culture with the calmness and the mix and everything. It has it all, and it's very poetic. And I agree with Christina. How much you got into 230 square meters is amazing. I wonder though about how it's a normal day. Is it backpackers that comes in the morning and in the evening, and then they are allowed to go to their cabin what time, and then they have to be out before 9? Was that what you said?
No, the guests that they can come all day. So if we can see that from this picture, that there's a staircase we went to the accommodation area, and there's a door that actually the guests can use a car to go up, and on the other visitors cannot come up to this accommodation area, but they can have a clear view of like how high and how much books are there.
So you don't use a cabin.
Yeah.
So you don't use a cabin as silent reading rooms during the day. Can you do that?
Capsule.
So you don't use the cabins as or the rooms as silent reading rooms during the day? Is that what you do? Or?
No, it's used by the guests.
Oh, okay. Beautiful. Very poetic as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, it was a lovely presentation, and the judges are very enthusiastic about this, as you can tell. So congratulations on winning the new and old category, and thank you very much for your time today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time, and I will probably thank you very much. Sure.